Down here at the live desk right now, the American Academy of Pediatrics has a message for parents tonight, especially parents who have kids playing sports this summer. The organization is recommending to not give your kids energy drinks or sports drinks, like Gatorade, for instance. Joining me now to explain all of this, Kyle Morrison, an exercise physiologist with the Helen DeVos Children's Hospital tonight. Now, we've talked about this issue in the past about these sports drinks and, you know, the caffeine in some of these. Tell us a little bit about what the American Academy of Pediatrics is saying now.
Well, the clinical report really is discussing that a lot of these products are being marketed to teens and definitely to children as well, and it's not a necessary aid for their sports performance. The caffeine and content in Monster and Red Bull and some of these other energy drinks is a stimulant, and it can be addictive. And then with sports drinks like Gatorade and Powerade, the electrolyte content is designed specifically for an adult's concentration of sweat. And so kids have smaller amounts of sweat glands per square unit of body mass, and so they don't sweat like adults do, and it's not necessary to have for performance.
So it's not really necessary to have that kind of thing. Of course, we know about the caffeine.
Sure.
And their bodies just aren't equipped to handle all that caffeine.
No, and this is far too much caffeine for an adult to have. Some of these are equivalent to a couple cups of coffee, so putting children on this kind of stimulant is dangerous. And so it's definitely not the precaution is to do away with energy drinks.
You were mentioning, too, that it has helped to fuel the obesity epidemic.
Well, the excessive sugars in these, kids aren't going to need that much carbohydrate to fuel their body, and so that sugar is then going to be deposited as fat if it's not utilized by the body.
And of course, the kids should be drinking water is the recommendation.
Water is, you know, the biggest recommendation from the American Academy of Pediatrics. It cools the body, and kids, since they're not sweating, the more important thing is to cool the body with adequate amounts of water.
Okay, Kyle Morrison from Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Hopefully parents can sort of get this out of the menu altogether in the household, so that would help.
Yes.
Thanks, Kyle.